Should you train Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? Spoiler alert, the answer is yes. Unless, of course, I hate you and I just want to mount you and slap you silly. Welcome to Tony's MMA Corner, the only MMA channel that has a gi day. I am your host, Tony Sepulveda. I love doing that. And today I'm going to go over why you should be training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I've been training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu for 14 years in the Bronx at Jungle Gym Martial Arts with my mentor and brother, Justin Master Chim Garcia. Now, a lot of you don't train Brazilian Jiu Jitsu because you may be a little intimidated by it, or some of you think that it's kind of gay to be rolling around with guys. My instructor had a great thing to say with guys that think that way. He would say, you better hope that I'm not gay with the things that I could do with you on the ground. Also, I don't even tolerate that hate speech. I mean, what's the big deal? A lot of my best friends are gay. They just don't know it yet. Also, if all you're thinking about is sex while someone's choking you, then you may be a little bit of a freak. My journey in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu has been an incredible one. And I want to be able to transfer that feeling to you. So please, let me put my Brazilian Jiu Jitsu inside you. Reason 1, self-defense. As you may or may not know, a lot of altercations end up on the ground. What are you going to do when someone gets on top of you? Brazilian Jiu Jitsu answers that question. With the growing popularity of UFC and MMA, a lot of people train Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And you don't want to be like Cat Williams and get choked out by a 7th grader. If your child's being bullied and he gets the proper Brazilian Jiu Jitsu training, he'll be able to deter anyone who tries to mess with him. In this world of zero tolerance for violence in schools, your child will be able to manhandle anyone without any real visible damage. I homeschool though, so my kids are allowed to damage everything. What are you doing, nerd? Oh, not the stones. Number 2, competition. Some of you probably played team sports in high school and college, and that's where you peaked. In the world of jiu-jitsu, there are grappling tournaments just about every week, especially before the virus we don't speak of. And if you win those tournaments, you get shiny medals and sometimes a belt. And with guys like Gordon Ryan bring eyes to grappling, you can actually make money doing it now. You even have guys like Jeff Glover who are running underground Kumite style Brazilian Jiu Jitsu tournaments where even the lower belts are making money. Shout out Jeff Glover. If you're planning on fighting MMA and you want to be any good at it, you have to have at least some kind of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Number 3, fitness. In BJJ, you are going to be working every muscle. You are going to be sore in places you didn't even know you could be sore in. You will not get a sweat anywhere else than when you're rolling with grown men who are trying to choke you and bend your arms and legs in ways they should not be bent. Jiu-Jitsu will also make you more disciplined in your eating and your drinking habits. Gone will be the days of overindulging in junk food or going out all night and excessively drinking, because your pride will not allow you to continue to suck and be dominated and manhandled by teenagers, hipsters, and dentists forever. Number 4, making friends. Chances are, if you're watching my MMA channel, you don't have many friends. Training consistently in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, you cannot help but build bonds with those people on the mat, especially when you are working with them so intimately. You will meet people of all walks of life who all have their interesting stories. I have made such tight bonds with people in my years training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu that I know if I called them at 3 in the morning and asked them to help me bury a body, they would, allegedly. 5, longevity. Jiu-Jitsu is a martial art that you can do even as you get older. Other grappling arts like wrestling are harder to do as you get older because of the toll that it takes on your spine. Also, it's harder to get into wrestling when you're older. Jiu-Jitsu you can get into at an older age. If you hadn't wrestled since you were 3 years old, it's going to be tough to get good at it. Whereas Jiu-Jitsu, if you started in your 20s, you can expect to be relatively good at it. Reason being, you're not taking as many bumps and falls. In Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, you can literally lay down on the ground a lot of the time with your old ass. Also, you can continue to spar at a relatively intense pace into your older years. It's a little bit harder to do that with the striking arts like boxing and kickboxing. Unless, of course, you don't mind CTE and talking like a Diaz brother. I'm not surprised. Another thing with Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, it's really hard to get bored. There are just countless ways to make a guy submit to your will. I've been a black belt for 7 years now, and my instructor will catch me and one of our other guys will catch me, and it'll make me feel like a white belt. And as we know, that white belt feeling, or that time as a white belt, can be the most exciting time, because that's when you're just so excited about learning. And you get that all the time with Jiu Jitsu. Hell, I get as excited as Bernardo Faria in his BJJ Fanatic videos when he sees a new move. Oh wow, Guadin, that move is awesome. Guys, if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section. If you don't do any of those things, I'll strangle you unconscious. And if you don't train Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, there's nothing you can do about it. If you live close to the Bronx, New York area, and you're interested in training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, come train with me at Jungle Gym Martial Arts. The link will be in the description.